Hello, Alex here with Maple Systems, and welcome to another Maple Systems video training series. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to connect a Maple Systems HMI to a Maple Systems PLC using the Maple Systems PLC protocol driver in EBPro. We'll cover how to set up your Maple Systems PLC and Maple Systems HMI straight out of the box, as well as how to configure projects for both devices, for both an Ethernet connection and a serial connection. Then, I'll show a live demo of both devices communicating with each other. For this tutorial, I'll be using a CMT2158X V2 and a PLC FB0808P, but any combination of Maple Systems HMI or PLC will work the same way as I demonstrate here. Let's start with an Ethernet connection. I'll be setting up my Ethernet network like so, where I have all of my devices hooked up to each other through a Maple Systems unmanaged network switch. When setting up your Ethernet network, you'll want to make sure that all of your devices are on the same subnet so they can recognize each other. In general, that means that the first 3 octets of every device's IP address is the same, and the 4th octet is different from each other. So now we'll start with the PLC configuration. I'll start by creating a new project in MapleLogic. Once you've created your project, you'll see this screen. And I'm going to start by going into the PLC parameters so I can change the network settings. Once I'm in the PLC parameters, I'm going to go over to this Ethernet tab. So now I'm going to change the IP address of my PLC to 192.168.150.210. I've also made sure to note this IP address that I'm changing my PLC to so that I can refer back to it when I'm setting up my HMI. Once I've changed the IP address of my PLC to what I want, I can hit OK here, and that will save the network settings to my project. Now I'm going to go over here to Program, or I can click on this button up here to create a new program. As you can see, we have multiple different program types, but I'm going to keep this one to a basic scan. And as you can see, I've added some basic logic to our main scan program. To start, we have F10, which is just always on from the start of the PLC. And here I'm checking to see if register D16 is greater than 10. If it is, Y40 will turn on. I've got a contact set up with Y10 that will turn on Y15. All right, now that I've got my PLC project configured the way that I like it, I'm going to go up here to the communication setup, and I'm going to pick the USB option. I always like downloading initially to my PLC via a USB cable. If you want to download through Ethernet, just be aware that the IP address of our PLCs is 100.100.100.100 out of the box, so you'll need to change your PC's IP address accordingly. But I'm going to go ahead and switch back to USB, go to OK, and I'm going to hit this link plus download plus monitor, and I'm simply going to click yes on all of the prompts. And now I am online with my PLC, watching it in real time. Now let's move on to the HMI configuration. To start, you'll want to change your HMI's IP address. Normally, you would do this IP configuration on the HMI itself using the touchscreen, but for screen clarity, I'm going to be using a VNC viewer and remoting into my HMI to do this. To start, I'm going to press the transparent blue button in the top left corner of my screen, right up here, and that will take me to the System Settings menu. Once I'm in the System Settings menu, I'm going to click on the Network tab here on the left, and I'm going to press the Configure option on the right. Clicking into this option will prompt us for a user admin password, and by default on our HMIs, that password is 6 ones, so I'm going to go ahead and type that in right now. So now we're going to configure the IP address of the device. I'm going to change my HMI's IP address to 192.168.150.183. And of course, the same as the PLC, I'm going to take note of this IP address that I'm changing my HMI to. That way I can have it for later when we want to download our project to the HMI. But now that I've changed my IP address, I'm going to hit save right up here, and then I'm going to hit exit. And now we're back in the demo project with the new IP address set. Now we'll want to open EBPro and start up a new project for the CMT2158X V2. And now when we start a new project, EasyBuilder Pro will open up the system parameter settings right away. And from here, we can select New Device Server, and we'll go into here and select Maple Systems Ethernet. we're going to go into our Ethernet settings here, and we're going to change this IP address to the IP address we set our PLC to, which is 192.168.150.210. And we'll leave everything else at default. Hit OK again. Now we have our Maple PLC registered in EasyBuilder Pro. Now we're going to go into the EBPro project itself. As you can see here, I've made some objects pointing to some PLC registers. I've got a toggle switch here linked with Y10 and a numeric object linked with D16. And I'm going to go ahead and add a bit lamp looking at Y40 on the Ethernet Maple PLC. I'll go ahead and drop that right there. Now that I have my HMI project all configured the way I like it, I'm going to go to Project, Download PC to HMI, and now I'm going to be choosing where I'm downloading my project to. So I'm going to take the same IP address that I set my HMI to, which was 192.168.150.183, and I'm going to click the download button. And about now, you should see your HMI screen responding. And then once this has finished downloading, the HMI will reboot and your new project will be on the screen. The network configuration for a serial connection will be mostly the same, but now we need to correctly wire our serial ports. This tutorial will demonstrate an RS-232 connection between the devices, but if you wish to connect via RS-485, the wiring will be mostly the same, just in different terminals. You'll want to make sure to match the RX to TX pins and the TX to RX so that they are swapped between the PLC and the HMI. I have my PLC FB0808P here wired up and powered on. And if you open this flap right here, you'll expose the terminal block for the serial connections. You'll want to follow the wiring on these terminals' labels or from the pinout table included with your PLC user manual, shown here. Once you have your PLC wired up for a proper serial connection, the software side of this configuration will be mostly the same as the Ethernet connection. We'll go into the PLC parameters like before, except this time we're going to go to the Channel 1 tab over here and make sure our station number is set to 1. We'll also want to take note of our baud rate, parity, data bit, and stop bit because we'll want to make sure that these match on the EBPro side as well. We'll also want to go to our Modbus tag here, and we'll want to make sure that our slave ID is also set to 1. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK to save these settings. I'm going to link plus download plus monitor just like before. Now let's move on to the serial wiring on the HMI side. My CMT2158X V2 will have a pinout that looks like this, but your HMI's serial pinout may vary. Be sure to refer to the user manual included with your HMI as that will outline the precise pinout for your serial ports. Most of the steps will remain the same. We'll go up to System Parameters. We'll choose New Device Server. And up here, instead of choosing the Ethernet driver, we will swap to the serial one. All of the addresses will remain the same, but will simply communicate over a serial connection instead of an Ethernet one. I'll make sure to go into my COM settings here and make sure that the baud rate, data bits, parity, and stop bits are all the same as they are on the PLC side. I'm also going to change the device default station number to 1. And now from here, once I've verified that all my serial connection settings are correct, I'm going to hit OK and OK again. And I'm going to go into the same objects that I made before. I'm going to double click them to go into their options. And I'll make sure to check the serial device type instead. The address should be the same, like Y40. But I want to make sure that I'm using the correct device when I'm connecting to my PLC. And then from here, we would simply download to the HMI the same way that we did before, going up to Project, Download PC to HMI, letting the project compile, and downloading over Ethernet. Now let's move on to our live demo. Here I have CMT Viewer open, remoting into my HMI, and behind it, I have MapleLogic here, live with my MapleLogic project, remoting into the PLC. And here we can see, if I click on this numeric entry and I enter in a value like 5, then that will update D16 on the PLC side. both here in my device monitor and here in the logic. Now let's change our D16 register to something larger than 10, as dictated by the logic on the PLC. I'll change it to 20, and you'll notice that both in the MapleLogic project and on the HMI, Y40 is true. This bit connection goes both ways. You see, if I toggle Y10, that turns Y10 on in the logic, also making Y15 true. Well, that'll wrap up everything for today. For more information, you can come over here to the tutorials page and find the how to use the Maple Systems PLC protocol drivers in EBPro. You can also learn more about our HMIs and our PLCs on their respective product pages, also on the Maple Systems website. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.